Injuries, 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 and more injuries. If you look at my current side that I've got heading into round 12 without trades, I have got 5 guys currently injured. And then you add that to the guys that can't get a game. And I'm already at 8 guys disregarding buys that will actually get games. And then you include 4 guys that have got buys. So I think I'm at actually only 19 guys that are playing. So I'm in a really, really tough spot for this buy round 12 because, yeah, I have no playing guys on the bench, which really does suck. But anyway, in the end, my team did score a 2306, which put me at a round rank of 24,189. I am now, I believe, something like 1,500 off the pace or something in terms of the rankings. Yep, 1,500 off top spot, which sounds about right. And then which is almost basically a buy round behind. And then my season ranking went up almost 1,000 spots to 17,714. So yeah, just not getting, I guess, luck, I would say. A little bit of luck. A lot of 50-50 calls just do not seem to be going my way this year, which it is what it is. But anyway, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's jump into this video. So as you can see, 2306, around a rank of 24,181 and a season rank of 17,714. So anyway, let's jump into this recap and sort of just show you why my team is pretty much as cooked as you could probably have it. Zorko 118, he was fantastic and pretty much did his job for me. So yeah, he did his job, I would say. And yeah, 118 in this scenario with everyone else going and basically stuffing it up, he did fantastic. And yeah, just really happy that yeah, he did go 118. Sinclair 143, he was again all right as well. Did his job. Forget who he even played. They played Gold Coast, so yeah, he just was able to do it on the Sunday night. Whitfield, Tim brought him in, and that I pretty much knew when that happened that that wasn't going to end well. So there's that. So yeah, thanks Tim for that. He seems to have such a good way of stuffing up players scoring, and again, Whitfield does it. Sheasel, I don't know what is going on with him. He looks really, really poor. If you actually go through the fantasy stats, he doesn't look that poor, but his SuperCoach scoring is so up and down, in and around and everything, that he just didn't score well. Hasn't scored well the last couple of weeks and has dropped 59k in the last couple of weeks after dropping 44k in the first 3 weeks. Probably has taught me not to get the top line guys, because they're always going to fall. So you might as well take a sort of I would say a shot at a really lower type of guy to really just take a next step and improve. Like these guys at 500k or so from the season, if we just do look at this quickly and go, let's just look at defenders here, for instance, by position defenders, and we look at if we go by all stats view, maybe no, not that. If we go by maybe the cash cows is probably going to be the best way to show it. Maybe not. If we go to round 12 key stats, maybe, or something like that. If we go to consistency, I'm just looking for a way to sort of coach's choice, maybe, or something like that. If we just go to, yeah, let's just see something rather. If I can just get the a look at sort of the players that are scoring all right, but also if we just go here, right, and we look at the sort of bring this up a little bit to 350k, and we go play it all, and then also bring this bottom one down a little bit, I would say, to here, and we look at the players and then projected season price change. Don't really want that, so maybe let's just go up to this. You'll see that you've got a lot of these guys that I think are actually at least making some cash. Like you've got John Noble as well. These type of guys. Blickavs doesn't really count. Yeah, so you got guys like Bailey Dale. Sheasel has gone down 100k. You can't really actually see anyone that's done extremely well across the year, I would say. Sort by who's hot maybe. Highest price, maybe. Let's just go through this. So if we go through the defenders that are above sort of 400k at the moment and look at them for their price changes, you'll see that Lockie Ash, 98k, Bailey Dale up 24k, John Noble up 99k, and all of the premium defenders, like even Max Holmes and stuff like that, are all pretty much down about 20, 30, 40k on the year. So you really should be looking at someone in that sort of 400 range as a starter pick and just going, I'm going to jump on you and you're going to sort of join and go up heavily. So that could maybe be the likes of a Sicily next year. And I think that would be a lot better of an option rather than, I mean, in saying that, you've got Matty Roberts, who's up 17k, but we probably should have jumped him up quicker or something. But yeah, I'm just looking at this going, I really could have looked at these guys and just seen that they are going to go up a lot in, not necessarily go up a lot in price, but there's a point where you can jump these guys to a primo. Like Sinclair was 500k. So was Zorko at one point. That's an easy jump up from even like a Bowie who started at 350k. So yeah, I'm just wondering if that was maybe the sort of thing that we missed this year or something that I missed this year. Then if we just go back to this side, because Matty Roberts 90, it's done all right, but then again, it's not really moving. He's kind of hit a holding pattern at the moment of just scoring 90s the last couple of weeks. I think he scored 90. So he's gone 82, 72, 84, and 90 the last 4 weeks after a burst a little bit. But outside of that, he really hasn't done anything fantastic, but he hasn't dropped stinker scores. So yeah, hopefully he can gain some cash because yeah, he's gone down, what's that, 34, about 50k in the last couple of weeks. He was at 500k, which was a straight swap to like a Sinclair or a Zorko. So maybe that's something that we really need to look at, is just these sort of these defenders and stuff like that, and really trying to pick them up bottom dollar rather than the 600k that I paid, because I basically paid about 300k or so more for Zorko, Sinclair, and Whitfield than a lot of people are getting for them, and Sheasel itself as well. They're all going sort of near top of the line, but they're all going, and I bought them, and basically that's 450k. That would almost be gross up to someone else at this point in time. So yeah, Dawson, absolutely fantastic. And also Zachary's injured, so I've got to trade him out. Dawson, fantastic. He's back in form. Look what he does without Matt Crouch. Zach Merritt, glad that I have him now. He should go on a run. You would expect after a pretty poor score against Western Bulldogs, got tagged against Sydney. So yeah, hopefully he gets back to his best. But yeah, that 156 is definitely going to help him out. Nick Dacos, a 107, sorry, he dropped down in price dramatically and now can get him at 536k, whereas we got him at, what did we grab him at? We grabbed him at 584k, and he has gone basically in that time, I think somewhere around that 110 marker or so. So he's definitely done well. We grabbed him, I think, for this Brisbane game where he went 172. And then had the 125. So he's, basically gone, I think, somewhere around that 110 marker for us, which isn't bad, but also isn't outstanding. Caleb Sarong can't do anything about right at this point in time. 104, 117, 107 the last 3 weeks, which is all right, but it's not fantastic. That's going at, about 109 in the last 3. Bolton, he basically got almost injured in the first quarter, which would have been the worst trade ins in history. I'm just scrapping the bottom of the barrel and basically missing every shot. Ashcroft, 392k, Xavier Lindsay, 309k, and Tom Gross, 167k. They're all just, Tom Gross is done for cash gen basically because he's been played as a forward pocket when he's a midfielder. Go figure. Xavier Lindsay, he's been pretty good outside of that one bad game, I would say, that he got injured in. Outside of that, his low is a 48, and outside of that, it's a 56, and then in the mid to high 60s and 70s and 80s. So he's done really, really well outside of that sort of 3-game patch, I would say, when he when he got injured and coming back from injury. Max Gawn's been outstanding, so has Tristan Cherry. Even though Tristan Cherry didn't have the best game, he still scored a 126. Bailey Smith, 118, but doubt he plays, which could cause utter chaos. Petrarca, 125, Rankin, 87, brought him in, and he's gone back, failure, which is go figure. Caleb Daniel returned to form the last couple of weeks. Basically just had one bad game, but outside of that, it's been pretty good. Averaging 93.8, just doesn't have that top-end ability. And then Elijah Hewitt, 57, probably going to move him on alongside. But then again, he's playing, so can't really move him on, which is the big sort of stuff up there. And then Henderson not playing. Horne-Francis injured. Camporelli on the bye, but he's not playing. El Hooley did his hammy. McRae out, injured still. Carroll on the bye. Stone's not playing. Gross probably gets dropped. Reed's injured. Sheasel on the bye. Cherry on the bye. And then Daniel on the bye as well. And Simpson's done his AC joint. So you can just see sort of the chaos with my side. It's over. There's not much I can really do at this point to save it. I've just had a lot of a lot of people have copped these guys, but then also just my bench health has been really, really poor and something I've really got to look at, which seems to be the same case every single year. So that's something I'm really going to look at over the off season, I would say, and something I'm really being attentive to with AFLW Fantasy when that comes live is just bench health, and just sort of rotating the bad ones out really, really when needed and doing the assessments there, because that's going to be critical to having a decent rank, and it has been critical this year with all of the injuries. What am I potentially looking at? Simpson's season is basically over. I can't do much with him. Same can be said about Henderson, El Hooley as well. So it's probably going to be like a Stone and then moving El Hooley back, Zach Reed, and then potentially even moving like I don't even know at this point. Maybe it is like moving someone like a Carroll or something on his bye, or maybe moving someone there, maybe moving a Cleary or someone like that, or a Gross or something. But yeah, it's not looking too good, as I do want to see if I can find a way to get like a Sheldrick in. If we just do this, I know he's 237k, but that would give me 420k. If I move a Gross on to say a Clark, which something like that, or do I move a Carroll on at that point and not a Gross? If I move a Carroll on and getting Clark, that would leave me with 496k. Surely there's someone somewhere at 496k that I can bring in. Let's just see. Doesn't really look like it in the defender line. Go figure. Maybe if I get rid of, but those are all my sort of big cash generating assets. Maybe if I get rid of, instead of a Carroll, if I get rid of a Gross instead, then I'd have 474k for if I move a Henderson in there and then move a Simpson into that line. And then I can basically get, if I look at it, let's see, ownership wise, you've got, no, is there anyone decent enough here? Let's just see. I don't think so. So yeah, it's an interesting conundrum that I basically put myself into. Self-enforced almost in a way. But yeah, if there's any sort of, let's just actually look if there's any rookies that I can grab, I would say, instead of a Sheldrick. If I was to grab, say, a Campbell Gray could potentially, but I don't know if he's going to necessarily play. So say I grabbed a Campbell Gray, I'd have 592k to grab someone which could easily be done. Say I did something like that, and then we go to here, and we go just coach's choice here or something, and then go round change. A lot of people grabbing up Campbell Gray and Angus Clark, and then Zach Merritt, the obvious one. Could go Luke Jackson to give me some bench coverage, but then again, I'd have Boyd, who's not playing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Wangani Malira is cheap as chips at 515k, and he looks like a guy that could that has sort of returned back, so could grab him up as well. Could also grab up Nick Martin, who's got Brisbane, and an 81 break even, but I feel like he's going to really struggle because his stats there don't suggest that he scores well. Could also grab up Max Holmes against the Eagles, 105 break even, but has a pretty good run for halfbacks, it feels like, in the next couple of weeks. So I might actually grab up the likes of I guess, of Holmes, and that would be sort of my trades would be, in a way, upgrading Zach Reed to Holmes, and then 2 rookies, and just cleaning out the bench, I guess, in a way, and getting some players that are actually going to play. But yeah, it's looking very, very bleak, I would say, in terms of my side, as I would have barely enough players, I would say, in the end to actually play. Like, if we look at this and look at the guys here on the bench and everything said and done, I would have, in the end, what's that? Caleb Daniels not going to play, not going to be able to be replaced. Tristan Cherry not going to be able to be replaced. And then also Henderson's not going to be able to be replaced on field. So that would get me down to 20 guys on field playing. So yeah, not looking the best. Wish I kind of traded on Jack McRae and others to like a Martin at this point. But it is what it is. The Simpson trade was obvious that was like just a rookie getting injured. It is what it is. That was an obvious trade, and you can't really say in hindsight that, yeah, because he was locked in basically on his role, scoring 65. So yeah, can't really fault that one, even in hindsight with him getting a 0. But yeah, that's basically the side at the moment. I'll probably come up with better trade options in the long run, but that is the side and sort of how stuffed it is. And I will see you guys in the trade targets video. I guess I'll probably do them Wednesday night, actually. After everything's said and done, I'll probably record those late at night on Wednesday for you guys, as I probably just want to sort of not have to look at Fantasy and Supercoach for the next couple of days and just sort of see what everyone else is doing in the chaos, I would say, before I give my at least recommendations or something like that. Just want to give it a couple of days and see what happens on even mid-season draft will be happening at that point, so we can look at that as well. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next videos, probably on Wednesday, I would say. But anyway, I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.